Today is a new opportunity to accomplish your incredible. So let's wake up each day with a fresh mindset necessary for you to win. I welcome you to Rise and Shine. Morning motivation for the girl boss with author, speaker, and founder of the Prestige Society, Nicole Doss. Let's jumpstart your morning now. Good morning, my wonderful, fabulous girl bosses. I hope you are rising and shining today with a refreshed spirit. I hope you are stretching and starting to awaken in your body all of the positive energy necessary for you to win. And today, we're going to explore trust. Yesterday, we talked about believing in the success of your business, believing in your ability to be able to accomplish the incredible, and how believing that you have the opportunity to win places the actual thought or concept of your success in the space of just conception, where believing in drives you towards actions, towards fruition. But today, we're going to talk about trust, and trust is that next step. See, believing in yourself allows you to start the journey, start taking action towards moving forward, towards progression, but trust is what you need when you're in the thick of it. When you need to trust the process, you have to trust in not only the wins, but you also have to trust in those perceived failures as well. And it's crazy because we live in a society where, we are always looking for immediate gratification. If I take a weight loss pill, I'm going to need to lose 5 pounds by 3 p.m. That's me. I know. Isn't it silly? But it's true. I just started taking a hair growth pill that I know works because I've taken it before. And I've grown my hair literally to the middle of my back, and then I chopped the mess out of it, loved it short for about 3 years. Now I all of a sudden want my hair long again. Took the pill for 5 days, and now I'm looking in the mirror looking for growth. Really? Yes. That's crazy. I know it's crazy intellectually, but yet we're wired. Because when I did it, I didn't think twice. It was when I was in the mirror, leaning in close, looking for growth, that I had to check myself and say, are you serious? We're wired to want things immediately, and it finds itself in every aspect of our lives. We meet the man, we want to be a husband immediately, regardless of the process of identifying whether or not he's the right one for us. We get married, we don't want to find the time to get to know our mate and realize that marriage isn't the end step, marriage is the beginning step, and you got to get to know somebody a little bit more, because now you're growing together as one instead of just being two individuals dating, but now you want to bring a baby into it, because now you got married, so you should bring a baby into it. Like, we just always want instant gratification. You took one Zumba class, now you're looking to see if you can fit your new pants that is probably a size smaller than what you normally wear. We are crazy, but we put it on ourselves, and it's because it's how we're wired. And of course, all of those messages and the way we are wired is how just different messaging and communication and marketing is delivered to us, and it's just how we are. It's okay. Because what we need to do is we need to look at trusting the process twofold. And the first piece of it is trusting that we are where we are for a reason. It is not by mistake, it's not coincidence, nor is it happenstance, but nonetheless, it's for a reason. And then secondly, knowing that once we are aware of where we are, we then are going to be called to do something about it. And what are you going to do? Because when we trust the process, trusting the process is not about stagnation. It's not about saying, well, this is just how it is and I'm going to sit here. It's not about experiencing success and resting on the laurels of it, not thinking there's more work to do. Trusting the process is about gratitude of where you are now to give you the energy and the inspiration and the motivation and the drive to keep going. Need you to sip your coffee or dip that tea bag in to steep a little bit more on that. Why? Because when we don't see instant gratification, we get all frustrated with ourselves and then we want to stop. Present company included. So what we're going to do today to fully embody the conversation around trust is we are going to focus on three things today. Three things. I know I always give three things. You're probably tired by the end of the day. It's okay. This is about having a year of constant just motivation and drive to do better and be better. So we're just going to go ahead and try these three things, all right? First thing I want you to do today is I want you to stop where you are and find joy, genuine joy in where you are today with your business. And I know for some of you, because I talk to my tribe on a regular basis, whether you're a member, a client, or you follow me on social media, I converse with you. And I know that some of you are experiencing immense grief with your business, devastation, loss of something, whether it's loss of customers, confusion of direction, and just wanting to close your virtual doors to your business altogether. I know that that's what you're experiencing. And I know that because you're experiencing that, your gremlins are creeping in and it's giving you ideas or thoughts of self-doubt, insecurity, and second-guessing all kinds of life choices, even down to what you had for dinner last night. But it's okay. It's all right. Because you're there for a reason. And I want you to find joy in that. And I know you probably just rolled your eyes and said, do you know what I've lost this year? Do you know how lost I feel? Girl, bye to that joy. I can't find joy in that, but I'm going to challenge you to think differently. And you know me, I believe that you should be an ever learning student. I told you when we were talking about our first episode around growth that one of the steps that you should be doing is always finding that parallel and always being awake and alive and aware in life so that you can take those life lessons and apply it to your business. So I'm going to tell you that in 97, I lost my biological father. Now, though my stepfather, I call dad, he is my father, my biological father was the bomb.com to me too. I was so blessed to have as many positive men in my life as I have had. And when I lost my father in 97, that was devastating to me. In 2001, I lost my grandmother, who mostly I felt raised me. She lived right next door to us, so I was very close to my mother growing up. And then in 2001, few months later, I also lost my brother, who was dear and near to my heart, who I felt was taken away from me way too early at the age of 31. And one of the things I can tell you is that although losing my grandmother, my father, and my brother has brought me devastation, has brought me feelings of sadness, immense grief at times where I couldn't even imagine what the next day would look like for me. There's joy in my heart because these individuals, they have impacted my life in ways that I can't even put into words. My brother instilled in me understanding the importance in family that I don't think I could have gotten from anyone else who's been in my life. He was the first person that ever called me selfish and caused me to really think about how my actions impact others. My grandmother, she was the person that taught me not to take myself too seriously and to laugh at even the craziest things that we do, even when we make mistakes and it seems like we slipped and we fell. And my dad, my biological father, taught me the importance of academics and always taking my learning seriously. Whether he was asking me what language was I taking, what did my grades look like, he was my personal professor in my life. There's joy in knowing that although there's grief and loss and all of that they're no longer here, and that there's people in my life today who have never had the opportunity to meet these individuals, there's joy in knowing that I had the most awesome opportunity in knowing these individuals and having them impact and mold me into the person that I am today. There is joy in the midst of the most challenging times in your life because joy is not circumstantial. Joy is constant and no one can take that away. So I want you to find joy in where you are right now with your business. I want you to understand that if you don't find joy in where you are today, if you don't find thankfulness in where you are today, if you can't find gratitude for where you are today, then what will end up happening is that you will be on a hamster wheel, forever running this perpetual race, trying to find joy, happiness, success. You will always tell yourself that when you get that $1 million client, that's when you will be successful. And when you get that 10,000th follower, that's when you will be able to say you've made it. When you get that prestigious award, that's when you've been, you can say you are accomplished. So I want you to understand the importance of understanding where you are today. You're here for a reason. It is not by mistake. If you lost 10 customers today, it's okay, because there's something that needs to shift in the way that you do your business. And the joy is an understanding that you are shifting in a way that is going to change the way that you operate, that is going to better prepare you for your greater. And that should get you excited. That should send chills down your spine. And that should get you so excited and motivated that what you put your energy into now is not woe is me, but instead in how you are going to operate in your greater. How you're going to be a better business owner, how you're going to do things differently, because this business that you have created is a business that's anchored in purpose. So therefore, it is not about you and what you perceive as failure, but what you are destined and called to do to bless the lives of others. So first step for today in trusting the process is going to be being grateful for where you are today and knowing that it is not by chance and that you were there for a reason. Find joy in that, because joy is going to trigger that anabolic energy we've been talking about that is necessary for you to keep thriving. Number 2, you're going to have to do the work required now. You're where you are for a reason, but you're not there to remain stagnant. You're there so that you can do the work required, do the meditation required, do the prayers required, do the research required, do the growth required. That all falls under the umbrella of work. And let me explain. You have to pick what is required of you based off of the season that you are in. What does that mean? That means that if you are in this season of reflection and meditation, then you need to do the meditation and prayers required in order for you to get direction from your higher power so that he can order your steps, so that you know what you need to do once you move into the season of execution. If you are in this season of research and development, then it looks like you need to either do the technical or the interpersonal training and development and research that's necessary for your growth. So that when you move into your season of execution, you are moving in the right direction. Because now not only are you told from your higher power what steps you need to take, now you have the content and the substance and the information necessary for you to bless your clientele. Because it's not about you. Do you understand? Because trusting the process is not an inactive state. Trusting the process is about being prepared for your greater. That you can't lay dormant in just accepting where you are. Accepting where you are is about gratitude. So now that you're motivated to know what you have to do for the work required. Which then awesomely brings us to step 3, which is being a faithful steward of what you have now so that you can be blessed with your increase. Now listen, everyone, I will Medea up a scripture. If you don't know who Medea is, I'm going to tell you like my girl Elaine will tell you. Use the ministry of Google and go ahead and research Medea, who is a Tyler Perry character. I know I have listeners all over, so I don't want to just assume people know pop culture from American pop culture. So Medea is just this comedic character who will sometimes try to use a Bible scripture, and she will just really chop it and screw it all the way up, and you get what she means, but somehow it's manipulated to mean something else. So I am just going to tell you where I'm going to tell you the book of the Bible, but I cannot tell you the chapter. I think it's the 25th chapter of Matthew. I think it has to do with I'm going to just try it. So please excuse me when I medea up this scripture. I believe it's Matthew 25, verses 14 through 30, where it's a parable of the three servants. And in this, the parable talks about how the master gives a certain amount of gold coins to his servants based off of his capabilities. That's key. So he's giving them based off of his capabilities. And then he watches to see what the three servants do. And 2 out of the 3 servants do a great job. And in that scripture, he says, well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. I will set you over many things. So basically, the parable or the point of the parable is to say that, when you are a faithful steward over your few things, then God will bless you. Your master will bless you with more, with your increase. So if you have 100 followers on Instagram and you want to get more followers, ask yourself, how are you pouring into your followers today? How are you engaging with your community today? How are you a faithful steward of your few today? So that you can be attractive to more and that you know how to operate with your increase. If you want 1 million customers today, what are you doing to make sure that you are giving exceptional customer service? And exceptional customer service does not just mean saying please and thank you. Exceptional customer service starts from the point where you're making the product or providing the service to the amount of time it takes for that product to go from production into the market, which means to your customers' hands, and then what happens afterwards. And what are you doing to provide this excellent customer experience? And if you can't figure it out with the one, if you haven't mastered what that recipe for success or what that recipe for excellence looks like with one, then how in the world do you want God to bless you with 100? And what happens is that when we get our blessings before it's time, it could be tragic. T.D. Jakes used this analogy, and he said, if you give keys to a brand new BMW or a brand new Bentley to a toddler, then that could be tragic because that toddler does not have the skill sets nor the years of experience to be able to maneuver such a beautiful luxury item the right way. But if I give someone the keys to a car who is an experienced driver, and now I give them the keys to a Bentley, that's a blessing. That would be my blessing. That would be a great blessing. Thank you. So think about that in terms of your business. If you're operating your business and you have so many, because your cup will overflow. And if you have so many customers and you don't even know what you're doing, and then everything just kind of fell apart because of it, be thankful for where you are. First, know that you have the opportunity and you have you can win. It's a possibility. It can happen. And then say, okay, I lost everything because there were things I just weren't doing the right way. And then do the work required for course correction. And then say, I will be a faithful steward of my few so that I can be blessed with my increase. That is absolutely important for us to do and to take on as we trust the process. So I encourage you all as you move forward in this wonderful, blessed day, this day which is another opportunity for you to be able to win. I ask you to be in this space where you are not chasing your happiness, your joy, and your success, but you're grateful for where you are now because you are here today for a reason. And then I ask for that to be the driving motivation for you to move forward in doing the work required in order for you to win. And then as you're doing the work required and as you're accumulating your business, as you're accumulating your sales, accumulating your followers, accumulating your clients, you are a faithful steward over those things because that will allow you to exercise the muscles necessary for your increase. So with that, ladies, rise and shine and have a wonderful and a fabulous and a productive and more importantly, blessed day. Bye.